So then Chris Jericho was in the ring for a promo about Wembley and what all happened. And he called Sammy Guevara out because, there was a problem at Wembley. Jericho wasn't happy that he lost and, everything had happened against Will Ostrich. But also he had shoved, I believe, Sammy. They had some words and Jericho apologized. He wasn't happy about what happened. He never should have shoved Sammy. He wasn't sure that Sammy had tried to help all that he could. But finally he apologized. They shook hands. Then Jericho said, hey, maybe I should have done things differently. Maybe I, should have done this or that. Or maybe, Sammy, you could have hit Ostrich harder with the baseball bat, but you tried, whatever. And Sammy's like, wait a minute, what? Hit harder? Maybe you could have hit him harder with the Judas. Then Jericho says, well, sometimes I ask you to do something, it doesn't turn out. And it degenerated from there to where they made snarky comments at each other about Jericho losing and Sammy not following Jericho's advice. And in this, Brian, did you have the same problem about 2/3 of the way through? Jericho just turned babyface because he was attacked and beaten up by the evil manager Don Fallis when he was going to join the organization, but then found out Callis had planned to stab him in the back the whole time.
With some fine artwork.
Where's Paint Your Life when we need it? And so Jericho was the babyface. But when he wrestled Ostrich at Wembley with the evil manager Don Fallis in the corner, who has more heat than anybody, at least in terms of the booing, Ostrich, being the hometown hero, was the goddamn far and away the fan favorite in the match. Now, Jericho back in this country, the new babyface that he is apologizing to Guevara, but then Sammy has kind of been a babyface, but kind of not sometimes. But now in this interview, Jericho was the prickish one that got under Sammy's skin for Sammy to fucking fire up at him. So Sammy was put in the sympathetic position. And then at the end of the thing, Jericho said, wait a minute, let's not be like this. Let's not fight. Let's not do this. Let's reunite. Let's get the sex gods back together. Let's win the AEW World Tag Team title. Next week, let's get back started on that road. And then Sammy said okay to that and hugged Jericho after they'd been arguing. Who's the babyface? Who's the heel? Whose side are we supposed to be on? Who's trying to zoom who? And what in the wide, wide world of fucking sports is going on here? Answer all those questions one at a time.
Oh, stop it. It's Jericho, so nothing in the end really is good or makes sense. But there are elements of good in this. The Ospreay match was good. Don Callis' turn on Jericho was convoluted and ridiculous. Jericho being turned babyface and being the heel in London against a hometown boy is bad timing. And then this whole segment with Sammy. Jericho's acting was bad. If you watch their facial expressions while they're doing it, Jericho's like an acting coach and Sammy's trying to do it. But I thought Sammy did a good job, but then it goes back to, like you said, we're friends. Back to friends. Hug. Friends. Thumbs up, friend. That's what it comes back to. And that's what it was here, and now we get to see Les Sex Gods. I will be honest, that may be one of the more compelling matches I'd like to actually see FTR have right now. Would be FTR against Jericho and Sammy. It would be different. Who knows what FTR would get out of Jericho? I don't know if that's going to be what happens, but wishful thinking.